Rob C was like,
Yeah.
I think they're trying to do a murder in plain sight. It's like, why? You know, like. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Happy 2026. Yeah. Traitors is the first show on the docket for the year. And if you didn't know, we are about to hit our 1-year anniversary of being a podcast. So thank you so much for all of your support. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you're coming back, make sure you share this video. And yeah, let's get into it. Today is all about Traitors Season 4, episodes 1 through 3. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
I'm Kamaria. I am an attorney and a pop culture writer. So yeah, let's get into it. Any initial thoughts on the cast as a whole? There were a lot of people who I did not know, but I was paying attention to our Big Brother people, our Survivor people, and some other people like Ron. I like him. He's a funny comedian to me. He hasn't been as funny on the show, but he's funny to me.
Yeah, I had higher expectations for him. But I actually really like this cast. This was a great, well-rounded cast. I think several people I didn't know. I was not getting the Swiftie reference till I was like, oh, okay, got it.
You didn't realize that
No, I was like, Mama Kelsey, Mama Donna, America's Mom.
I just assumed. I was like, Kels, I've never heard that last name other than Travis Kels. So I was like,
I didn't even know she had any hype like that. But anyways, you live, you learn. But yeah, I think this is a great cast. I think out of all of the Traitor seasons so far for US, this has probably been the best. I think the best group of people.
Yeah, I don't have any thoughts on comparisons to other seasons because it always seems like, oh, this is going to be a good cast or it's not going to be. And then it comes out in the wash. So I don't have any initial thoughts. But I do think that it's a very rambunctious group. Like the round table.
That's why it's the best. Yeah. That's why it's the best. But I feel like by this time, what's his name? Peter Parker Paul from the last season, The Bachelor. No. Last season, he was already sniffing out who the traitors was, so it died down very quickly. You know, like the traitors weren't doing a good job. But I feel like this season, everybody is a lot of big personalities, so it's just a great mix of people.
Yeah. No, yeah. So let's get into some of the folks in the cast that stood out, like Michael Rapaport. Is that the right way we pronounce
Rapaport, something like that? Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
he's a little of an annoying character. I've seen him like on Instagram and stuff like that, and he's just always very opinionated or whatever. I've seen positive opinions and things like that from him, but he seems to be a polarizing sort of person even on social media. And in like this house, I'm like, what in the world? What in the world?
Yeah.
How you know the game, but you don't know the rules? He was like, in the beginning, he was like, I'm a student of this game. As a student of this game, I'm like, and he was like, what? You can't get voted out if you have a shield? What? Like,
right?
Like, what? I don't understand. Like, what?
A student of the game and talking too much. Even when everybody was going out there when they was doing the secret, who's the secret traitor is, and he's like, oh, and that person is this and that person is that. Just already just having a lot of opinions that he was not afraid to voice. So Natalie keeps saying he's a bad faithful, and I'm like, yes, he is a bad faithful, and y'all can't have no bad faithfuls because he keeps distracting from the main goal. So y'all do need to get him out of there for the sake of the conversation. For real,
like he should have been the first boot, like an obvious first boot. It's like either he's a brilliant double, because for a second I was like, is he a traitor? Because I have my little short list.
Secret traitor at first as well, because I was like, he just keep getting all this camera time. I'm like, it might be him.
That's right. I was like, is it this strategy of like, is this how it is to be in the game? And so let's actually switch over to the secret traitor for a second, because that was a big thing. How did you like it? Because I did like. At first, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked
not
it.
knowing and still guessing. Okay,
yeah,
I was surprised. I was surprised with Mama Kelsey.
She was on my list. I thought it was either going to be Mama Kelsey, Mora, or Jam Jam. Those are the top 3 that I had in mind for being the secret traitor. I wasn't sure, but
Really? She was on my list, but I was like she was on my list higher in the beginning when it was like, yeah, she is just kind of stoned there. Like, what is happening? And then I also felt like she could be the person they picked because I felt like the person they picked in the beginning, off of nothing, not any interview, not figuring out whether they wanted to be or not, was just going to be like, who's a big name? Who's a big,
Yeah.
person out? Like, who? So I had her, I had Jam Jam. I had the Bachelor guy. What's his name? The
Colton.
one who's like, Colton, yeah, I had
Yeah.
him. I had Tiffany. I had Rob C too. I didn't have Portia at first because I was like, Portia is not it. I was like, she's just too free. She just like a free
Yeah.
personality. But then when she was like, it just like she kept like
Yeah.
Ron's evidence was
Yeah,
what
it
was
was. It was.
happening?
She was slipping. She was slipping, but I think she was just like she said. She was trying to put herself in the mind of the traders and not understanding that language is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah. So yeah, that's the secret trader. How do you think Mama Kelsey did as a secret trader?
Not great because she was like she could have been sniffed out day one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not great, but I also, thought it was nice her thinking about how as she gets older, she gets to play this game still, and just being and her getting emotional about like, just being in the game of life, I guess is what she's kind of maybe
Yeah.
alluding to as this game being a larger representation of that, of still going after the things you want to do in life. So
Yeah.
that was nice. That was very
It was.
touching.
Yeah, I was cracking up when Natalie was like, and when they revealed the mask, she just looked lifeless.
Because it's like that's not even where she found out.
Yeah.
Like she found out in the beginning.
No,
She been known. She
literally.
looked. She. That's when she was stone faced. That's what I thought. I
Yes.
was like, okay, hold up. She is the little. That's what put her on my radar.
Yeah.
Is the way she looked in the beginning, and then I was just like I said, obvious kind of like person,
So before we get into who the traders are, who were you wanting or expecting to be a trader? Who were your top three?
Jam Jam. I was
Yeah.
expecting Jam Jam to be a traitor. I was expecting Tiffany maybe to be a traitor. I don't think I had any other thoughts on folks.
Yeah.
Jam Jam and Tiffany. I felt like they would be good traitors, to be
Yeah.
honest. You know?
Yeah, I thought Jam Jam would be a good one. I wanted Natalie to be a
Natalie,
trader. She is
yes,
probably
yes.
like my favorite female winner, I think, like for Survivor.
Really?
I love
Yeah,
Natalie. Like her and Jeremy's season together. What was that? Blood versus Water, like 2 or something. They like that season. I was like, this season birthed like my 2 favorite like Survivor players, winners. Yeah, I love Natalie. So I wanted Natalie to be a
I like
trader
her
because
too.
I just felt like she would have finessed it well. And she's a good, aggressive, but like, under the radar player. And so when she was like, and I'm a high caliber Survivor player, and I was like, and yes, you are, Miss Mamas. Yes, you are. So yeah, I wanted her to be a trader. I was thinking Jam Jam. I did not want Tiffany to be a trader because I felt like it was going to be obvious. I felt like she was an obvious pick to be a trader. So I was like, And then out of the Housewives franchise, I didn't think Portia was going to be a good trader because the way she is, like that is her. Yeah, it's like the way she was acting as a faithful is how she is on the Housewives franchise. She always dropping shade. She always got something. She just the one-liners and stuff. I was like, I don't know. But I figured it was going to be a housewife up there, and I'm not too familiar with the rest of them, so I was kind of like, I don't know. But definitely Jam Jam and Natalie for sure. But I was like, they're not going to put multiple gamers up there. So that's kind of like where I stopped thinking. Yeah, those were my picks.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the actual traders? So the ones that they've picked, of course we had the secret trader, Mama Kels, but then we had
Candace, Lisa Reynolds, and Rob R. Yes. Yes, I think they're doing a really great job as a trio for sure. Rob has been my favorite traitor so far, and he has surprised me. I did watch his season of Love Island, and like he always kind of gave off this airhead, like I'm just here to live vibe, like I'm too cool for school. So I was like, I don't know how that's gonna play out here, but he's very stealthy. He's very like observant, he's smart, he's making calculations, he's not talking too much, he ain't even talking to the traitors too much. Like I thought for sure we were going to see him tell Candace, girl, you talking too much and you're creating a target on yourself, but I think he's gonna allow her to kill herself. Like that's how he kind of, I feel like he's going about it. So I think he's doing a great job. When he gets in his confessionals, we hear his strategy, and it's good strategy, and so yeah, I think he's my favorite so far for sure.
I mean, he's not my favorite, but I would agree with everything you said as far as like the analysis of his game, because I wrote down when he first was like, I have on all my clothes, I've not kissed anyone yet. I was like, this man is lost. He is, you know,
he was just playing a character
without a ship. Yeah. I was like, this man, it was giving Airhead. And so to hear you say Airhead from his season, I didn't watch the season of Love Island, but to hear you say that, I was like, okay. And for me, I just didn't expect what he has, you know, I don't want to say blossom into, because it seemed like he came in the game with this.
Yeah.
But I like him as a traitor. I think he's a good traitor. I think Candace is like what he said. It's a double-edged sword. She's got what he said, all of the, like, she's talking too much, because I thought what she said about Michael was true. I thought he did say that. Like,
but then when Portia brought it up, she was like, "No, you heard that wrong." No, but she did tell him that. She did tell Portia that. She was lying.
I know that part, but I'm saying, like, I thought he said it. I thought he did say it.
He did say it.
Oh, so you think he just...
I don't know if he just didn't remember. It was just too much going on. But
like, why would she put herself in that situation? I feel like she could have just been like, that's what I heard you say. Well, like, why would she? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like she could have just said.
I don't know why she backtracked on that, but he definitely said it, because she was like, "No, we're not doing any housewives." Like, she said that when they were out there trying to figure out whose grave to put the coffin in. So I have no idea.
I didn't rewind it, but that's what I thought I heard, you know. But unless it wasn't him, maybe it was someone else in that group.
Yeah,
and
it could have been.
And she put it on him, and everyone else was like, "No, it wasn't him. He didn't say it." But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was so much going on in that challenge. It was the first challenge. It was it was physically challenging. You know, they couldn't figure out how to row. It was a lot going on. It was their first like introduction into having to use some real strategy. So I feel like it was just, I mean, Maura didn't even remember the conversation in the car. So I feel like everybody's head was just like, what the hell did we just get into? You know, I feel like everybody was just
right. And I was also like, how you don't remember?
Just came and just flashed on everybody. I don't think anybody really remembered too much, quite honestly.
I think that's a little particular to her. Like, I will say that, like, that not remember, because I'm like, you was in there reacting. You was like, oh, did he? You know, come on, girl. But either way, Lisa, I did not really feel like she was going to be a good traitor at first. I was like, oh, she's had a blog. Like, I don't know much about her. I don't follow her. I don't watch the shows she in. I don't know nothing about her. But she's not bad. She's not bad. I would
agree. Yeah, she's probably second on the list. I really want to enjoy Candace's gameplay, because I don't think she's necessarily playing bad. I just think she keeps being in the center of conversation. So at some point, it's going to turn on her. I feel like the persuasion that she has, the leadership that she has on the group is really great. But it's like, it does not work when you're a traitor, because now it's going to be like, wait a minute, Candace, you keep being the person fishing out all the information. But it's great that a lot of people trust her. Like, a lot of people come to her. Like, even Rob C was like, I think they're trying to do a murder in plain sight. It's like, why? You know, like, but that is Candace's influence and her likability
Yeah.
that like people would come to her to say something like that. So it's like, yeah, but I just want her to like chill out on talking so much and being the center of attention.
Yeah. Let's speak about that murder in plain sight and Rob C. Because I guess it's Rob C's the last person that was murdered. Yeah.
Yeah, that we know of because we don't.
I didn't want to see him go because I did feel like he had a lot of strategic thoughts. Like I was like,
Yeah.
"Ugh," not him knowing that something is afoot.
A
Like,
real
but
student of the
also,
game.
right. But at the same time, the issue was like also I mean, it didn't even matter that he told Candace because she didn't
Yeah.
get a hand in deciding who went. So his actions in the game already preceded him. And so it was nothing that him telling Candace would have done either way or did do either way.
Yeah.
But I did think like, why are you telling her? Like, you know, to your point about her being trusted or whatever. I was like, why are you telling her? Because even when he said it and she was like, you started the conga line, right?
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, I did. And he was like, oh. And I think he was in that maybe in that moment realizing like a little bit of a mistake, but I don't know. But he was a very smart player, you know, and I'm like,
yeah. I think he needed a little bit of what Mama Kelsey had, which was like, I don't know if I can trust you, so I can't, tell you everything that I'm thinking. And I think he was very vocal about what he was thinking in a lot of moments. And so it pinned him as being a strategic player.
Smart.
Granted, they did take him out and Ian out. So I was like, maybe they just feel like the gamers off rip are smart, strategic players.
Yeah. But I think that's why they got out Ian too, because I think they thought he was smart, you know? Yeah. I personally don't think that that's a bad strategy. I think that getting out the most intelligent and those who have the most influence that's best early on for sure. So I think it's a good strategy. But I will say for Ian, switching over to him, I did not expect him to go far in this game for similar reasons as like Dan not going far in whatever season he played with Phaedra. It's the social aspect. I feel like that you can be a great strategic player, but if you don't have the social aspect, it's not going to really work for you. And in a game like this, where it's like suspicion is on 1,000, it's not the same way. You can't be as low key like with Big Brother and still get by. You have to be a social, trustworthy player. You can't be sort of like just there or whatever. Yeah. And not that that's what Dan does, but either way, I feel like Rob had a good balance of social and strategic. And so I think he could have definitely gone further had he just maybe like kept some of it in. But yeah, so any thoughts on Ian or Rob?
No, that's it. I did want to see Rob play a little bit more, especially just because he was on it. Like that intuition was on a 10. So it would have been nice to see him play, but it is what it is. So those are the two murders. The third murder is going to either be Ron, Eric, Kristen, or Caroline, who was tied up to the tree. And let me tell you, honey, that little skit they had at the end, Ron's, I was like, now, did we have to have the black man being the one talking about something? And if you murder me, I'm going to come for you. It was so dramatic. So dramatic. Like, if you better kill me, because if you don't kill me, I'm going to come for you. It was so much. I was like, why?
Maybe it's the comedian in him. I don't know.
You better kill me now, because if not, I'm coming for you. Show your face. It just...
Yeah.
It was giving you some vibe.
It was giving what?
Yes, some.
Yes, I ain't got time for you. Yeah, no.
I hated it.
Really?
I hated
Yeah, no. I don't think he's going to get murdered because he's a perfect scapegoat. I think they're going to kill Caroline because she's a housewife. And
they have to kill
They do
one.
need to take suspicion off of them.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going to happen.
I agree. I agree.
So we didn't talk about the banishments. Our first banishment was Portia. I was like, not the black woman being first in these streets. Like,
Literally. I was like, come on now, Ron. Ron was like, and I sent a beautiful woman home. I said, you sent a beautiful black woman home, sir.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I was like, I was though starting to believe the evidence for a second because I was like, it's a little bit much. Like, and it wasn't him that convinced me. It was when she said there's 4, and I was like, hold up. Hold up.
But I was thinking though, why would y'all not think it's 4? Every year it's 3 at the very beginning, and then there's a secret traitor. So I'm like, what about that means all of a sudden now that you're a traitor, because the number has not changed in any of these seasons.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I wonder also how much of her conversation was cut out to make it appear like, yes, this is a very logical choice that it could be her. But it was like she was giving me 2 things. She was giving me she could be a little scattered because I didn't watch Portia's season. Even though I did write an article one time about it because the publication asked me like, oh, write about this marriage situation she had with. So I did write an article. I had to do the people search and be like, what's she like? Apparently she's a fan favorite, but I've never watched her season, so I didn't know her personality. Not her season, but her show. I never watched it, so I didn't know her personality. But she was giving scattered, and so I was like, I just think this is just how she is. And then I was like, but isn't that like they picked her because she's like this fan favorite, right? And the scatteredness is how she's doing her traitorness. I was like, because I was like, it's a lot going on.
It is. She's always the slip of the lip. It's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like, Portia is absolutely hilarious. Like, she be saying stuff that be shady as hell, but it's like she telling the truth, but at the same time, it's like, did you think about how that could have impacted the other person type vibes? So yeah, that's why she's a favorite. It's like that hold your hand when I say this type of vibe. Even I don't know, she had so many little funny moments while she was there. Like when Donna had to go to the grave after that first challenge, she was like, "Go in peace, girl. Go in peace." Like, I love Portia. I wish she would have stayed, but that evidence wasn't looking good. It was not looking good. And it didn't look good either that Candace low-key set her up, like, to make it seem like she's just not remembering stuff correctly.
Yeah. I will say that when she was in the round table, the way she handled it started making me feel like, okay, I don't think it's her, because she was just being very like, oh, like
she was shocked.
Like, yeah, like she's realizing like, oh, you guys think I'm it.
Yeah.
Like, and it just was a different reaction than I would have expected. I was like, if she was scattered and she recognized that there is like if she was a traitor, I think the scatteredness would have come in that moment too. Yeah. Like, I don't think she would have been as calm and as like, well, I mean, like, she just was calm. Yeah. Like, and it just gave truthfulness to me. And so that kind of, made me feel, even like Mama Kels, she made me feel like she wasn't a traitor at a certain point as well, because of how she was calm, but then I was like, that's her personality either way. But I was very genuinely like off of her at the point when she revealed herself. I was like, I think I might think it might be Michael.
Yeah, I was off of her too by the time she got out. Yeah. Agreed. But I was kind of with the people when it was like, girl, you're not even defending yourself. Like, you have yet to say I'm not a traitor. Like, she wasn't saying like, I'm not a traitor, like, I am a faithful. She just kept saying, well, you guys are gonna regret this vote, like.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was nice this season to see that. I wish they kind of kept the secret traitor longer, so I wouldn't mind a secret traitor actually coming back into the mix. Like, so we'll see.
Yeah. And I was happy that they did not reveal that she was the secret traitor, because then it would have been like, okay, so we know the secret, but there's still these other traitors out there lurking and looming. But yeah, and I like the role that the secret traitor played, like giving the traitors the short list. It just made it a little bit more like on the edge of your seat. It wasn't so predictable. Yeah. So yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah. At a certain point, I started going through like trying to do process of elimination about who the secret traitor was because of who was on the names list. But then I was just like, just watch the show.
Yeah. But it was hard either way. The way she did the short list, it was so random. So it was like no connection to anybody.
but it's like everybody on the short list is not the traitor.
Yeah,
You know what I
very
mean?
true.
So it's
Very
like that's
true.
8 names that it takes out. And so it just made me think about that a little bit. And initially I did think like, oh, the traitor has to be a woman. Look at this list. The first list was like all men.
Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, there's only one guy. It has to be another guy, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, either way. Any players that stood out before we wrap this up?
Of course, Natalie. I love that she's just. It seems like she's well liked in the crew, so I love that because I want to see
And
her
she's
play.
taking charge.
Yeah, she
That's
is
nice.
taking
Like,
charge.
because Faithfuls need somebody like,
yes,
maybe that's why they kept these big hitters over on that side, like these strategic folks, because the Faithfuls need this. This is a Traitors game, like always.
Yeah,
it's always a Traitors game to win or lose. Like,
agreed. Tiffany, of course, love Tiffany. Tiffany's hair is a bit of 10 out of 10, baby, looking good. Okay. I was like, yes, Tiffany, you are looking amazing.
Yeah.
But yes, of course, love Tiffany. And who else is on my radar? I already talked about Rob. Rob surprisingly has been doing very well as a traitor, and I love that. Michael, yes, we talked about him polarizing, don't really care for him.
The one thing I do want to say though about Tiffany and Michael, I find that she's a little, and I wrote this down before Colton even said anything about it. She's a little too close in her interactions with Michael. Because at first I was like, is she on his side? But then I heard her confessional saying, oh no, I'm keeping him close because I think he's a traitor and I don't want him to murder me. But I think you have to still manage the appearance of that, because even when she went to that little room, I was like, not them going into the little side room together. Like, that was suspicious.
Yeah, very suspicious. I was like, if they get caught, Tiffany, your game is a wrap right here. And I'm saying, like, nobody else has gone into this room, so why do you need to go into this room to have this conversation?
Right. And I was like, because she's probably trying to hide it, but it's like you take it too high risk, things to hide it. Now, what do you think about Colton coming for her? Because I'm not a fan of Colton, but I don't like those like, all American, like, propped up sort of players. Like, I need a little rugged. I need a little backstory. I don't need you to be just sliding in, everything is like.
Colton not feeling
like
him
in your favor.
I don't like Colton whatsoever, and I feel like he's on like this power trip because he sniffed out Donna, and so I feel like he's giving the Peter Pan Paul, whatever that man name was from last year. He's giving that vibe, and I'm like, oh, The Bachelors, like y'all just so give me the ick. So no, I'm not feeling him. I also did not like that Jam was calling out Tiffany. I'm like, y'all supposed to be on the same team. What is
and
going
Rob
on here?
C. And Rob C. Yeah. Like I was thinking about that. I was thinking like, is Jam? Because I was like, Jam seems just like such a big personality. Like, make him a traitor. And so it felt like, but I guess it's like at a certain point you can't be going too obvious,
agreed.
So
but I do agree with you with the Michael and Tiffany thing. She does need to separate that too much, and I don't want her to get so fixated on thinking that Michael is a traitor that she's forgetting the rest of the game. You know, I don't want to see that.
Candace right there arm in arm with her, and Candace is a traitor.
Right. They kikiing. Which I expect nothing less of the sisters in the group.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else from this episode that like.
No. Well, what did you think about the challenges? Like the actual things that they were doing? I thought they were good challenges.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of watching the challenges ever. I kind of always one eye on the challenges and one eye doing whatever else I'm doing.
I really liked the first one. I was like, this was a good one to get started. Strategy already out the
Which one was the first one?
The coffin one where they had to go sell the boats to
get
the coffins.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. I like that because it did kind of set up some sort of, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Like, set up some little strategy and animosity a little bit. But
I think the last thing that I was going to mention was the Congo line. I thought that was excellent, and Rob he went and got them cards, very stealth like. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a really good season. We shall see how it goes. But drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know who your faves are so far. What are you guys thinking about the Traitors? How they're doing? Just so you guys know, I know this episode is coming on a different day, but moving forward, Traitors will be uploaded on Saturdays by 2 p.m. Eastern. We're trying to get a little schedule for y'all. So yes, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.